In today's episode of Hope, Healing and Transformation, we have a very unusual situation where a child was part of a murder scene but really doesn't know what actually happened. And we're going to give her some closure today. So stay tuned.
Do you want to know everything? What your heart won't say, but your soul can sing. From love to loss and the space between, she's got the light to lift the unseen. Hope, healing, and transformation. Do you want to know everything? Do you want to know everything?
Welcome to Hope, Healing and Transformation. My name is Lisa Williams, and today we have a reading. Now, if those of you who have never seen the show before, I am a psychic medium. I've been known as a psychic medium for many years, and we bring people on the show if they need some form of closure or if they need a reading. And all I know is that the lady's name is Joy that I'm going to be working with. I have got some little bits of information that have come through just before actually doing the reading, which I'm not sure where I'm going to go with it. So I'll let you know. I've written it down on my pad, and if it comes up, then of course I'll share it. But let's introduce Joy onto the show. So Joy, welcome.
Good morning.
All right. So my question to you, Joy, is: do you want to know everything?
Yes.
Okay, great. Obviously, if I start giving you information you don't want to know about, please let me know. But until then, I'm just going to completely surrender to spirit and give you what I get. So as I'm connecting in, I have a woman that's sort of like lurking over in the background. She feels like she is of... And this is what's confusing me here. She feels younger, but she also feels older than you. So she feels like she is... she feels like she is this older but younger person. I don't know how else to explain it than that. But I also have another lady that stands with her. And I'm not sure if this is a grandmother, but it feels to me as though she's much older as well. So let me step in with where I'm going. Oh, hello. And I have a gentleman in spirit. Okay, great. All right. So I have them all coming in. Sorry. I'm like, oh my God. All right. So first things first, your grandmother on your mother's side, did you know your grandmother on your mom's side? And
Very well.
And she is also crossed over. Is that correct?
That's right.
All right. And because she feels like a lot like your mom, actually, if I can say that. Your grandmother on your mom's side feels like she's your mom. It feels to me as though, thank you. She just said that she stepped in and took care, or she looked after you. She was that nurturing woman. And for some reason, she's given me the age of 16. So I'm not sure if she lived until you were 16 or you lived with her until you were 16. But 16 is very prevalent. Does that make sense?
I got pregnant when I was 16.
Okay, 16 was a very prevalent age for her.
And I lived with her.
Okay, because she just remembers this. And she's just showing me here. Thank you. And while, being pregnant at a young age is quite common nowadays, it's almost like she doesn't want that to be a reflection of her bringing you up, So she shows me that she was very, she didn't like anyone judging her. She didn't want any judgments. There was no, she's got this quite, she was an upstanding part of the community as well. She's a very strong woman. There's quite a strong personality about her. I do not want to mess with your grandmother, if I'm going to say that, honestly. All right, because she's quite strong. She's very determined. She's just that person. And as I'm connecting in with her, she literally wants to nurture you. And she hopes that she gave you everything that she could during the years that she spent with you. And she's showing me that she was right. She's also letting me know, I'm assuming that this is mom here, because she's just said my daughter died. Okay. So I'm assuming that your mom passed. Thank you very much. She's just said early. So your mom passed early. And I'm wondering if this is the older woman, but was younger than you. if that makes sense to you. So would I be right in saying that mom is also on the other side as well, please?
Yep.
Okay. And do you understand that mom was taken very tragically or very quickly from your life? Because I'm just been told that she was taken very, very quickly in a tragic. Was there a gunshot by any chance? Or because she just said I was shot, and that was
Yes.
literally what she just said. I was shot. And she and I'm sorry if this is a little traumatic to you, it's just the way that she's coming through, and she's just throwing her hands up in the air and she's like, nothing I could do. And she's also putting me in her home as well, so I'm not sure if she was in her own home or if she was in a familiar surrounding, because for me it feels like, were you there at the same time? Because she just said you were there, you were
I
there,
was.
you were there. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. And you were young. She just said that you were a baby. You were young. Um, and was there another child with you? Do you have a brother by any chance?
I have a sister.
A sister, okay. And is she younger?
She's
No, she's
2 years
older.
older.
She's just said she was older. She was 4. Does that make sense? She was
That's right.
4.
Yep.
Okay, because but you were the younger. Okay, because thank you. And she just said she was 4. You were. I'm assuming you were 2. I can do basic math, but
Yep.
she just said you were 2. And she's also letting me know that either you knew this intruder or you knew this person, but it was like you knew this person, okay,
That's
is what
correct.
she's referring to. And I've just heard the word dad, so I'm not sure if this was your father, but she's just literally given me the word dad, so I'm really sorry about this. And would your dad also be on the other side as well, please? Because I feel like I've got this gentleman that's actually coming in that's giving me dad right now.
He is.
Um, She's also just said your dad was a good man. All right. So your dad, did you know your dad?
I did.
All right. Your dad was a good man. She saw the good sides of him. She doesn't condone what happened, but she saw the good sides of him. But he was also very controlling, is what she's just said, that he was exceptionally controlling. And I'm not sure if he was an alcoholic, because
He
she
was.
said that he was a drunk. Um, and that was one of the biggest problems and conditions that he had. And she's just said he came in drunk that night. So I'm assuming it happened at night. But he came in drunk that night. Do you know that?
I've heard that. Yep.
Okay, he came in drunk that night. And she's just said there was accusations. There was a lot of accusations and a lot of things. Your mom just said that your dad and her had quite a volatile relationship. It was a very volatile, accusationary relationship here. And she's also letting me know that she somewhat provoked him. Okay, that she somewhat poked the bear. I don't know whether she wasn't expecting him to have a gun as well, but she's just letting me know that she wasn't expecting this to actually happen. And they had these like arguments many times as well. Does that make sense? It's like I feel as though it was common in your home to wake up to an argument with your parents, or
I've
you
heard that.
know, like everything going off. Okay. I'm going to say this, and I don't really want to, but your dad, your dad at the time, he was really angry. There was something he was really, really angry with, and I feel that he had this rage within him. I don't know whether you know any of this, but it's like he had this rage within him. And he literally just said to me, he said, I'm not saying that he had the intention of killing her, but he had this real rage towards her, is what he's just saying. And he said, no one could get me angry like your mom. No one could ever get me angry like your mom. And it became this, he said, I could just feel when it would just kick off. I could just feel when it would just blow up. What I'm actually seeing, and I'm so sorry, and please tell me if this is too much for you.
No, go ahead.
I see quite a messy situation. Okay. And what I'm seeing here is I'm seeing you sitting there, and your mom is showing me that she had crossed over, but there was this feeling of watching you trying to make everything better. Okay. And being in this space. And I'm almost feeling as though you were toddling around or you were walking around, and you may not remember it, but I just feel as though there was this walking around and toddling around. And I'm being shown picking up the phone or picking up something, trying to make a phone call. And I'm seeing him. Had you left? No, he's just said, no, I was there. I don't know whether he'd fallen asleep, but there was a feeling that it had all gone quiet after it happened. It was like, I don't know whether he fell asleep or what happened, but it feels to me as though he was there, but he wasn't there. And then I'm seeing your grandmother coming in, and that's what I'm being shown. So I don't know why, but I'm seeing. Did your grandmother find you all?
It's been told that when all that happened, my grandmother came to get us.
I just feel as though your grandmother came in.
I believe they were called and they came.
And what I'm seeing is I went out. I feel as though I went out to the back of the house, and I feel as though she was shot in the living room. Okay.
That's true.
And she may have gone into the kitchen or whatever, but I feel as though he went out of the back of the house and he was pacing. But I feel that there was an intention behind it. Sorry, I'm being honest. I feel as though this was quite intentional. And it was at close proximity as well, this gunshot too. Because I just keep seeing this close proximity of this gunshot. And I keep feeling as though I'm somebody else came in and found what was going on. Somebody else found what was happening. Because what he's actually showing me is that there is for some reason, I feel as though she fought him. She fought him. She fought him. But I feel like he was drunk. And was the bar next door by any chance, or locally? Because I just feel like I can walk like next door, or I felt like I could walk
There was
a couple of steps.
Yep, there was.
And as I'm seeing this, I don't know whether she was expecting him home when he came home, but it feels to me as though it was a big shock. And I don't feel as though she trusted him at all. I really don't. And what he's just showing me here, he's showing me this. He said, I never admitted it. So did he not admit to killing her?
No, he always said it was an accident.
It was an accident, because he just said he didn't admit to killing her because I don't feel as though he knew it. And I feel that he was not with it, if that makes sense. He wasn't quite with it. And what was he found in the kitchen by any chance?
I don't know.
I feel like she moved. She got moved somehow. Anyway, But I do feel that it happened in the living room. And go
So
ahead.
with her being moved, did he move her?
I just heard no. I feel as though but she was shot in the head. Is that right?
Chest.
No, chest. She's showing me the head for some reason. I don't know whether she ducked or whatever, but he was standing over her, is what he's showing me. He was standing over her, and I don't think he admitted it ever, but he's showing me that he had intention of doing this. He
Yeah,
came home with this intention. Thank you. He's just said, I was known with guns.
he was.
So he was known with guns. He having guns was not unusual for him.
That's right.
Did you used to have your hair in pigtails, like, I don't know, braided pigtails by any chance?
My whole like young years, they were in pigtails,
Right, because
very tight.
very tight back pigtails. Because that's what he's just showing me, how he remembers you. And his passing was of his own accord. He wasn't looking after himself, or there was definitely some feeling that he had created a problem in his own life. And I don't believe that he did all his time. Is that right?
I don't think he did.
Your mom has also, she's just said, I'm okay. I'm okay. And she's sorry that you were part of this whole experience. She's sorry that you were part of this whole experience. And she's just saying to me that she hopes that she realizes that there's been a lot of problems that you've had since then. I don't know whether this has been about your own relationships or things like that, but she's saying you don't trust. There's been a massive amount of you don't trust. You struggle with trust. And she just said that there's been I don't know whether there's been difficulties between you and your sister, or there's been some separation. It's just been a very, very difficult place. And I feel as though you're both kind of hurting in your own space, your own time. And it feels like you are almost worlds apart from each other. You're almost so opposites. Does that make sense? You're just like polar opposites. But she actually wants you to connect back. So have you not been speaking?
So when we were growing up, we were kind of torn apart.
Okay.
And we had to work really hard. I think I was in my 30s. We had to work really hard to become close.
Okay, got you.
And we did become close. Lately, we have not talked as much
Okay.
as maybe since October-ish.
Okay. Because she wants to bring you back together again. She wants to bring you closer again. Because I feel as though this is important. It's about you reconnecting in this closeness.
We do talk. We are, there's no bad.
No ill feeling or anything.
No, no, no. And we are pretty close. We just haven't, we used to talk on the phone all the time. And we just really haven't done that in quite some time for some reason.
So what I'm feeling here is she's just wanting you to bring closer together. Why is your dad showing me a belt buckle, a significant belt buckle?
He had a certain belt buckle that he wore all the time.
Right. Because he was just showing me this significant belt buckle that was so important. Almost like, when the rodeo, and they win the belt buckle. I
Yeah.
just kept seeing a very, very significant belt buckle. Um, your dad wants to apologize to you. Your dad wants to apologize for ruining your life, is what he just said. Um, and he is very grateful that he had some connection with you, because I do feel as though you had a good relationship with him.
There was.
Um, and that it was a really important relationship. And he's saying, I realized as soon as your mum had gone, how, I'm just going to say this, how I fucked up. And
He
that
did.
was his words.
He did.
Um, and he's just showing me here that being a very poignant thing. He was never good at cooking. He was never good at food. I feel as though he would just, he's showing me here that he wished actually interesting. He's showing me he wished he'd have done something with food. So was he good with food?
He was a great cook.
Did he want to be a chef then?
Yes. And I
That's
think
what it
he
is.
was a cook in a restaurant at one time in his life.
Okay.
And that's one thing I can say is he was a great cook.
Right, because he just said, "I wished I was better at food."
He
So
did
I
all the
feel
cooking.
because I feel like he wanted to be better at it, or he wanted to have done something with it,
Yep.
you know. And that was very weird why he gave me that. But he just said he wished that he'd have done more with food. And that was important for him to put across. And are you good with food as well?
I
Because
am.
he's saying you've followed on from with me, right? And I don't know whether you bake or you cook,
I
but he's
do.
it's like you do it for him, or that's something that you have continued on. And he's really proud of this. Do you do baking?
I do.
Right. And do you sell your cakes and things like that?
No, but I have made them for other people for birthday parties and
Well,
such.
he's telling me that you should do something with that. You should consider starting your own business or building that business up, because he actually loves this for you. And he's just shown me how important it is for you to, um, he's just shown me how important it is for you to um, really step into your power around your baking and your cooking. Um, and he says sometimes you get into the point where you don't have enough time or you can't be bothered, but he's saying that this actually is an exceptional gift for you. It really is. And he wants you to know that he's really happy for you. Do you have a son by any chance?
I have two sons.
Right, okay, because he's acknowledging your son. I don't know whether your elder son has had some issues recently, or there's been some things that have been going on. And he's just letting me know that he's guiding your son. I don't know whether it's the right thing to do, guide your son, but he's saying that he's trying to protect him. And he wants you to know that there's nothing that you can do to actually guide your son. You almost have to say, okay, hands off, I've taken you so far. Now it's your life. I'm here if you need me, and I will always be here if you need me, but I can't do it for you, is what he's just said. And he's making me feel very nervous about that is a big thing, because you want to step in and you want to help and maybe want to control, but he's saying that there's nothing that you can do on that, and you kind of have to just let him do his own thing. Does that make sense? Oh, I'm sorry.
It does.
Um, and he's just said he's going to be okay no matter what. But there's only so much that you can do, because right now it's actually hurting you. Right now, that whole scenario is hurting you, and you carry the weight of everybody. You carry everybody's weight. You carry you shoulder everything. And he's saying your youngest son is like, I think everything you could imagine, but it's like everything that you could imagine in a child you wanted to have. But he's just said, you have not let your eldest son down, is what he's just said. And he's saying, just let him do his thing and he'll come around. Does that make sense to
Yep.
you?
It
Okay.
does.
Um, He's saying stop controlling it, okay? And he literally just, I've randomly got a lighter here. He just literally flicked a lighter up for some reason. I'm not sure why I'm doing that. So whether it's to do with your son or what, but I don't know. He just flicked the lighter. That was
He
very
used
weird.
to flick.
That's what
He
it
used to
was.
sit at the table and flick.
A lighter.
Yeah, the ones that open.
Oh, the flip top one.
Yes.
The yeah. Oh, that's weird. Because I was like, why do I want to just flip a lighter right now? I
Yep.
knew I was doing that action.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, the Zippo lighters, wasn't it?
Yes.
The ones
Yes.
that smell.
Yep.
Yeah, because he was I was like, why am I doing this? Um and he's just winked at you and pointed, and it's I'm like, it's all right, it's my job. And he's going, gosh, you're good like this. And I went, it's my job to know what you're doing. And it's funny, he's just tied his laces on his shoes for some reason. I'm not sure why. He actually just said that with your mum passing, it broke his heart. It broke his heart. And it broke his heart even more about you kids. It broke him in a lot of ways. He said, I struggled with it. He really, really did struggle. And he said, I'm sorry. But he's also just said that he's glad that he's had this time to connect with you, you know? And your mum is really happy that she's had this time as well. She's just said that she wished that she'd have had more time with you. She wished that she would have been there. Who's Dennis? Or Denny? Or Den? Or it could be Denise. I don't know.
A Desmond.
It's a DE name. Who's that?
My oldest son's name is Desmond.
Oh, okay. It's a DE name. I was like, it's a Den, a Dennis, a D. I don't know. Okay. She's just said that she's with him. She's got him. Okay, she's guiding him. He's going off on his own little track right now. He's got his own way to follow. You can't control that. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
You can't control it. But she said she'll do what she can to keep him safe. It's very important that you know that. You're welcome. She just said, thank you, Lisa. And I was like, you're welcome. All of a sudden, I've just had this pain in my head right around here. So I don't know why. Does anyone suffer with migraines or headaches?
I do, and I actually have had one since last week.
Okay. Can you let me just check in on this. It feels okay. It doesn't feel like it's bad, but if it becomes a big issue, then obviously seek medical attention. But she's telling me that this is stress and tension that you have. And actually, what I just got shown was acupuncture would be really good for you. So acupuncture would be really good because sometimes I don't know whether you overthink things or things become a little bit of an issue, but I definitely feel as though this is acupuncture will be really good for you to actually help your energy.
Okay.
Let me just ask, do you have any other questions or anything else that you want me to look at for you?
I actually have a question for my dad. Is he still
Sure.
around?
Yeah.
So there's a rumor that has it that he was going to try to hide my mom's body in the Santa Cruz Mountains.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, he laughed at that. He laughed because he was like, huh, that would have been difficult. All right. He's sure. I'm going to be honest with you. He's telling me that there was definitely. I hate saying this as much as he didn't agree. He didn't admit to it. I do feel as though this is what he wanted to happen. You know, he didn't want your mom around. I'm just being honest.
Mm-hmm.
And I do feel as though there'd been many times that he'd sat up, probably, I won't say planning it, but what he was going to do. And I just heard Santa Cruz Mountains was one of the ideas. And it was just a fleeting idea. I don't think there was seriousness behind it, but it was definitely lurking in this peripheral. Yeah. Any other questions?
No.
And he's just literally said, wow, I can't believe you know that. I literally just heard that. Wow, I can't believe you know that. Was that one of his friends that told you, or like your aunt?
My aunt.
Right. Because I felt
Several
like
aunts.
it was something to do with an aunt or like a brother-in-law or brother of sorts. And he was showing me that either those were the only people that knew.
How did he feel about my sister and I going to live with my mom's side of the family?
He was okay with it, but he also knew that there was destruction on that side of the family too. I don't know whether there was an abusive circumstances around there, but he's just said that he knew that wasn't an overall good circumstance, but it was better than the other option. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's definitely better than the other option, and it was better than the other choices that you had. He's just sorry how things panned out. And I'm not sure if it was with your grandfather, but he just said your grandfather. So, yeah.
And that's the destruction that he's talking about, is with my grandfather.
Yeah. I don't think it was with your grandmother, because I think she was very,
Yeah.
very strong and protected you.
She was like my mom. I called my grandmother mom for forever.
Yeah, that's how I feel. Mm-hmm. Is there anyone with the name of Mary or Mary?
So there's two Marys. My grandmother's name is Mary, and I have an Aunt Mary.
Okay. And your grandmother on your mum's side?
Correct.
Yeah, okay, it was Mary there. Because earlier on, right at the very beginning, I kept thinking, who's Mary? Who's Mary? Who's Mary? And all I kept hearing was, you were my bundle of joy. Now, I know that your name is Joy, but I feel as though that's why you were named Joy. You were the bundle of joy. You were supposed to bring joy. Does that make sense?
It does.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That was also something I got at the very beginning too. Any other questions?
I don't think so.
Mm-hmm. Let me see if they've got any final words. Okay, so your dad and your mom just said, literally in tandem, we love you. We love you so much. And actually, I just feel as though I've got all of them holding hands together. So that tells me that there is a unity in the spirit world, that they are actually in unison. I'm talking about your grandparents on your dad's side, your dad, your mom, and your mom, your mom, your grandmother. There's this unity of all of them holding hands, and they want you to know that they are celebrating you. Okay, is it your birthday coming up?
October.
They just wanted to give you a big happy birthday for your birthday as well, and they're telling you to celebrate. And this is, I don't know whether you've had a big birthday or it's coming up, but they're actually letting me know that it is now time to start living your life for you. Does that make sense? Yeah. Thank you so much for letting me read for you.
Thank you for having me.
Wow, what a reading with Joy. And actually, as I started to get into this, I was noticing some similarities between another reading that I did. And as Joy clicked off, she did say that we'd had her sister on. But if you notice in any reading, there are sometimes differences, and there were some significant differences that came up. And it is just because we have different relationships with different people. So I am so glad that Joy got what she needed, whether it was the closure that she needed or just the connection. But she definitely got what she needed. And hopefully it will help you to understand that our loved ones are always around us. They are always there. There's, that they come through. There's a lot of sorrow. There's a lot of, it's almost a completion. And, being able to hear them that clearly was so powerful for me. So thank you for watching. If you do want to be on the show, please submit an application. Go to lisawilliams.com/podcast. And you can find us on there. You can submit to become part of the show, have a reading with me, and give you some closure. So my name's Lisa Williams. Thank you so much for watching Hope, Healing, and Transformation.
Do you feel a whisper in the back of your mind, like the truth is waiting, but it's hard to find? Well, maybe there's magic in the words she brings. Close your eyes and listen in. Do you want to know everything? What your heart won't say, but your soul can sing. From love to loss and the space between, she's got the light to lift the unseen. Hope, healing, and transformation. Do you want to know everything? Do you want to know everything?
Thank you so much for joining me today. And remember, the information shared on this podcast is meant to inspire and support you, but it's not a replacement for personalized advice from a qualified professional. If you enjoyed this episode, please share it with someone who might benefit. And don't forget to tune in next time. Until then, take care and keep believing in something better.